Let's go with the next one. That is the Selenium weights. To define a weight, basically we are already defined the driver, right? Driver equal to new Firefox or new Chrome or new Opera, whatever it is. And then we are going to say driver dot manage. So there's some method called as manage. In that we'll say driver dot manage dot timeouts, and dot we are going to get either implicit weight or explicit weight or fluent weight. So technically in the driver we have manage, in the manage we have timeouts, in the timeouts we have all these weights. In the weight again we have to give the duration of is it for days, hours, millis, nanoseconds and all this stuff. Okay, we are going to give that. Once this is there, the implicit weight is going to get adjusted. So for example, the implicit weight, basically the implicit weight is nothing but it's applied once for all the elements, and the next white cycle starts once the previous one completes. So for sure the previous one has to be completed, only then it's going to go for the next wait cycle. Again, the syntax is driver.manage.timeouts.implicit weight of the duration, whatever the duration is. We have given 10 and it's also time unit dot seconds because we are giving 10 seconds. The next one is explicit weight. So explicit weight is the same the syntax would be almost the same. It says first result is new WebDriver. In the WebDriver itself, in the WebDriver weight itself, we are going to say driver comma duration dot seconds dot until. So we have to give this explicit keyword called as until explicit conditions. Whatever conditions we have to fulfill, we are going to say explicit conditions dot element to be clickable by dot xpath. So we're going to give the locator. We're going to say it has to be clickable. Until it has to be click, until then it has to wait for how many hours, seconds it is. So technically the explicit wait is a conditional in nature. If you want to wait for only a few select elements based on the conditions, the explicit is the way to go. So again, the last one is the fluent wait. So fluent wait, it's almost the same as the explicit wait. The only thing is the difference is polling time. So for example, the syntax is wait of WebDriver, wait equal to new fluent wait of WebDriver of driver dot with timeout of duration of seconds dot polling every. So we have to give this polling every of duration of seconds dot ignoring no such element exception dot class. So this is one of the syntax. So the fluent wait is similar to explicit wait with one additional argument of frequency, also known as polling time. The frequency number tells the WebDriver to keep checking for the element at regular intervals and wait till the maximum of the duration of seconds has happened. This basically saves execution time. Okay. Next, the window handling. So we have two window handles, get window handle and get window handles. So when a website opens, we need to handle the main window, that is the parent window. So that's where we'll be using the get window handle. And let's say if there are multiple windows open, so that's where we'll be using the get window handles to handle all open windows, which are also called as the child windows by the WebDriver. We use driver.getWindowHandles. The last one is switch to. So let's say there are multiple windows and we have to switch to the third one or the fourth one. So that's why we'll be using the switch to. Using this method, we perform switch operations within the windows. The last one is action. Once we know the window handle, then we'll be going into the action, whether it has to be closed or whether it has to be clicked and all those stuff. The methods help in performing certain actions on the windows. To handle alerts and pop-ups, we have something called as driver.switchto.alert. Once we switch to the alert, we can take an action, something like accept or dismiss or to get text or to send text or to send keys of whatever text we want to send. This concept called as iframe. So how do we handle the iframe is switch to dot frame of whether it is an integer or string or web element, all the stuff. So driver.switch2.default context. It defaults to back to the main window. The last one is action class. In the action class, as we have already seen, whatever the action we are going to do, it's everything is present in the action class. Something like build, click, the double click, drag and drop. What more are important is, for example, pause, release, the send keys, wait, everything is there in the action class, right? So methods in action class are something like, we have like few methods, something like either we will do with the keyboard or with the mouse. So only these two, right? So that's why we'll be doing the keyboard events. In the keyboard events, we'll be doing the key down or the send keys, the key up. Either we'll be clicking or we'll be releasing or we'll be clicking down. So that's where the key down and send keys and everything is there. In the mouse events, we'll be doing the click, double click, click and hold, drag and drop, release, and all this stuff. Okay. The HTTP status code we'll look into the next video. Thanks.